Hello, everybody. I am just checking to make sure we're truly live and our audio is working. It says I'm live. We're truly live. There we go. Perfect. Wow. Intense times we're living through. I'm feeling it a lot, and I wanted to share some stuff that feels very important to me. Let's start it with this. So I read a lot in the spiritual community. I follow a whole bunch of people that are leading, and I'm getting confused as hell. There's people out there that saying we have to change and we have to shift our perspective and we have to let go of all the old timelines and do all these things to accelerate the process. But the process isn't accelerating. But I don't hear anybody speaking about consciously choosing anything that doesn't feel good, anything that makes you angry, anything that frustrates you, anything that causes a negative emotion or feeling in your body. We have to start choosing away from it. It's like this simple. This does not feel good. Okay, so there's stuff going on in the Ukraine. It's a war. Could be nuclear. It could be all these things. All these things that create fear in us are stories that are being projected by the controllers, the mainstream media, the people that want to create an agenda, to create false flags, to distract us from what's really going on in the world. They keep injecting this fear into us. And if we believe the fear, even though maybe we can rise above it and we just send love and light to it and it goes away, which all helps. But we're conscious creators. We need to start choosing away from it. I do not believe there is a war in the Ukraine. I believe there's a media sensation going on to create fear in people. I do not believe that there's going to be a nuclear war on the planet. Why would there be a nuclear war on the planet? Did you come here to be blown up and all these things? But it creates fear. Most of us grew up in ages where there was mutually assured destruction and the Cold War and all this kind of stuff. And we have programming in us that says this could happen. But in your heart of hearts, if you go into your heart and soul, do you feel that? In me, as I've chosen more and more and more, I just get this calm and this real simple peace inside. And I don't tune into the news media, the radio, because there's frequencies there, there's programming, there's pictures and stuff, and most of it isn't even true. You can go and dig deep and look into some of the things that are being posted. I saw one the other day on the Tucker Carlson show, and there's this model from the Ukraine, and she's wearing fatigues, and she's wearing some kind of a gun. And the truth was, it was published a couple of years ago. It's an airsoft gun, and it was done for her to sell some of the stuff and all these things. So the truth is manipulated. They take a bunch of information and pictures from anywhere, and you have no idea where the pictures came from, what date they were taken, etc., etc. And then they wind us into. My friend was saying she was very upset about the children being bombed in the hospital or whatever. There's no information. It's a mainstream news story, but there's no information saying that event actually happened or that it was actually in the Ukraine. So we don't have the corroboration. We don't have trust that the media is telling the truth. Look at some of the stuff that happened in Canada. The truth isn't there. So we need to start making a choice. So I make a conscious choice that the mainstream media I tune into is truth. And I only seek truth, and anything that shows up in my world is truth. So now all of a sudden, all that bullshit, I'm not drawn to it anymore. I believe truth, that there's not a war there. I believe there's a center of control, of cabal. There's a whole bunch of dark stuff that has taken root in the Ukraine because it wasn't very governed and other things. But I don't believe there's a war there. They're blowing up facilities that were creating viruses and different things that were hurting people. And yeah, you can show it on the news. Yeah, that building was blown up, and yeah, some people got killed, and yeah, all this other stuff. But there's a story underneath it that's not in the mainstream media. So what kind of things happen? We don't have to get into really dense stuff like that, but trust me, there's going to be way more dense stuff coming up very soon that's going to scare the hell out of you, going to make you question everything. And we need to start going into a place. We need to start going into our heart and making choice. Is this feel true? Does this feel like there's something wrong? Just go into the whole COVID situation, anything that's off to you, and just feel in your body and trust what it says. Does it make you tense and scared? Well, that's the fear and the story's going. Is there a piece behind it? Like, okay, everything's okay, but there's some shit happening that I can't understand. I don't know the whole story, the whole truth. Then you can go into this peace place. And you can make a choice and say, I choose to no longer have fear. I choose to no longer live in a world where hoaxes are rampant and that control is over us and that I have no idea what's going on. I choose to have the truth. I choose to have a world where the laws support me and protect me. I choose to have a world where my government, my leaders, and my elected officials are there for me, are helping me make a better place. I choose to have a world where money is milked away from us, where gas and oil prices are influenced by rhetoric and craziness. I choose a world where I can afford food and I can have my own home, and I choose a world. These are creating within us a new reality. But we've signed on and agreed to a story that's not truth for so long, and we trust it. We trust the news media. We trust reporters. We trust our government officials. But we've seen some very good circumstances that say that's not correct. Look at what happened in Canada, right? Emergency Measure Act is enacted for no reason, calling people terrorists that were hugging each other and parked on the street in our capital city trying to get a chance to sit with our prime minister, and he never even bothered. Like, there's a whole bunch of fear and bullshit that go along with that. So look underneath, start to feel that there's something else going on, and there's been something going on for a long time, and start choosing it. I choose to have Justin Trudeau held accountable for his stuff. I choose to have a free Canada. I choose to be free from COVID and vaccines and passports and all these things. Anything that creates anxiety in you or doesn't feel good or right to you, start being your conscious creator and say, I choose to always have the truth available on any situation inside my heart. I choose to live in a world that is not controlled and manipulated by government officials that are supposed to be representing me. I choose a world where I have abundance. I choose a world where taxation and debt and all these things is not rampant and making it impossible to live and keeping me in slavery. We need to make the choice. People will say, oh, pick the higher timeline, pick all this kind of stuff. These are really advanced topics. It's like, okay, what's a higher timeline? Where is it? Whatever. Choose better. Choose better than what you're getting right now. Choose to have health. Choose to feel good. Choose to be happy. Choose to not be negatively affected all day long. Choose to be in your personal power. Make choices that take you up a step from where you're feeling now. Oh, this world is all mangled up. That something doesn't feel right. I got to plod up the stairs, and slowly, I'm making choices. We're moving our emotional set point, our vibrational set point to a higher level. But you need to make some conscious choices. This doesn't feel good. I want something better. If you can't figure out what it is, just say that. This doesn't feel good. I release it and I want something better. I want to feel safe in my body. I want to feel safe in my world. I want to feel safe with what's going on in the world. I want to have truth. I want to have stuff verifiable, and I want all this control to be released. I want the darkness to have light shine upon it so that it will be cleared and moved. Instead of trying to modify and adapt yourself, feel what you're feeling and make a choice around that feeling that will make you feel better, or hopefully make you feel better. Maybe you don't believe it just yet, but just try. It's like, oh, this news story just scared the hell out of me. I choose to release the fear. I choose to release my old programming. I choose to release the things that are keeping me trapped. And poof, you just go up another level, because before we were choosing with societal conditioning, with our education, what our religion taught us, what our parents taught us, what's good, what's right, what a good person believes, etc., etc. That's all mangled up. So start choosing something that feels better right here and right now in you. Once you do that, every little step that you make up this ladder of ascension, of vibration, of feeling better, of calling out of the darkness, crawling out of the cellar, crawling out of the low position, you're going to find out that magic is happening. As you're moving through that magic, you are changing, you're transforming, your reality is changing. If more and more and more people choose this higher vibration, this better reality, that will pop us over the top. It only needs a small number of people that are really happy, really in love, really expecting better. And then we pop over that set point. The amount of darkness that can still exist with that much light shining on it changes. And yeah, you can send love and light to it. You can sit all day long. If you have no other place to be, send it love and light. But complacency in love and light, where you're just loving something and saying, okay, well, I'm really angry at this, but I'm just going to send it love and I'm just going to be whatever. No, don't get angry. Don't attack it. Don't not accept it or whatever. But in your energy, you have to say, this is not acceptable in the long term for me. I believe it's happening, but going forward, I choose to change the acceptance of this. It may be societally acceptable in the past, but no more. And I'm not saying actively fight it. Just say it in your energy. I choose not to accept that this is the way my world's going to continue. I choose not to accept that anybody can control me and steal my money and all these things. And this is very different. Most people just want you to be all love and light and whatever. But if you're moving through it and you're feeling bad and it's making you feel uncomfortable, literally by just sending love and light to it and then saying, oh, I got to live with this thing or whatever. No, in my reality, this isn't going to continue. In my reality, things are going to get better. Poof. Now you can surrender to it. And it's a very fine line. It's not about getting angry and having a fight and going on marches and all this kind of stuff. Just state, I do not accept this anymore. I do not accept to be a slave to debt. I do not accept to be a slave to people that are in control, that were voted there without even my choice. And poof, these things have to go into our reality. These things start to change. And it's not like just being pissed off and angry all the time and just saying, no. When I moved out of my last place, I chose not to stay in a landlord's house where he didn't respect me and didn't even want me to stay in the house because he was trying to sell it. And I chose to be friendly and nice to him. And he was an asshole all the way through. And at the end, he threw all this shit at me to try and make me think that I was a bad person. I did nothing but treated his house with love and light and cleaned everything. It was filthy. It was a pigsty. And then at the end, all he could say is, I should have charged you for the bathroom that you didn't clean. Well, I'll tell you right now, anybody that knows me, I spent an hour and a half on that background scrubbing it with Lysol and other things. But when people don't agree, they want to beat you down and say that you did something wrong and be better than you because they feel small because of the way you've interacted with them. So we're creating this example of what we want for the world in us. And if we can stand in front of people and say, I do not accept that this bullshit is happening and that it's real and it's a war and all these kind of things, because I don't feel the fear in my heart. I don't see it there. There's something else going on and they're labeling as this. So I choose to live in a world where there's truth. I choose to live in a world where false flag events and bullshit to try and make me afraid cannot continue. And as enough of us step out from that kind of big load that we've been put on from our whole life that says we got to accept this and whatever everybody says is true, when we start saying, I don't accept anymore. I have conscious choice in this. I want better. I want a better life. I want to have full freedom all my time. I choose that. I choose freedom every day. Guess what? The universe has no choice but to start giving you those things. and the darkness and the bullshit and the stuff that keeps showing up to keep me brainwashed the other way can't get through anymore. I choose not to be brainwashed. I choose to have no technologies being able to access my body or hit me and make me feel frustrated or whatever. I feel these technologies that come in and they constantly put me in like this fight or flight and make stories out of nothing, and it just gets me all up here when I don't need to be here. I need to be down here. I need to be in peace. I need to rest sometimes. I need to feel the energies. I need to pass it through. And I choose to have a better world. And I choose things to get better. And I choose, look at the power of these choices. Just do that in everything. Anything that doesn't feel right, I choose better. I choose better. I choose better. I choose better. And there's no choice, but it's going to happen. And if enough of us keep doing this, then great. The world's going to change rapidly. But if we're sitting here and doing this bypassing stuff and just waiting and hoping and all this kind of stuff, it doesn't come. But when you consciously take the stair steps of choice, magic happens. So all I can say is there's well-intentioned in a lot of things that are being said by people, but it's really important to start choosing. If you don't believe in timelines, or you don't know what the better timeline is, or whatever, how can you even choose a timeline? Just say, I choose the best path for me going forward. I choose, there's words that are, and concepts that are really complicated. Just go with your heart and say, oh, this doesn't feel good. I choose better. I choose to not permit that into my field anymore. I choose to not participate anymore. I choose all these things. This isn't resistance. This is conscious choice. And now, instead of just putting up with the shit, we're starting to make moves to make it better. And then a new way is going to show up, and a way and a world that's not going to let that continue is going to be here. So I think this is really important. And it's just coming through today, and it's very different from before. Anything that we're feeling is good. Anything we're feeling is showing us the path of what's going on. Don't read into other people's stuff and say, okay, they're going to guide me to there, and I got to go to their meditation and their attunement, and they're going to help me or whatever. No, this is you. You need to make a choice. You need to love yourself. It's not about loving the whole world. If you can't love yourself first and you feel like shit, what is sending love and light to everything else going to help? Get love and light for you. Feel good. Go hug your teddy bear, whatever, your pillow. Go find your lover or your husband and skin to skin contact and just feel calm and start to feel calm in your body and get back in your heart. And then you're going to start feeling there's some stuff wrong in this world. This isn't serving me anymore. Start choosing. This doesn't serve me anymore. I choose better. I choose abundance in my life. I choose to not give it away to everybody because I'm took a vow of poverty or something. I choose to remove and release all soul contracts that no longer serve me. A simple choice like that can blast your whole world right open. So start choosing. If it feels bad, choose better. And if you don't know what it is, I choose better. Something better. Help me. Get me there. It's going to be magic. So it's not about suffering, not about trying, not about waiting for things to show up. Just go through your life, and anything that doesn't feel good, choose better. Choose for it not to continue to happen. Choose a better mindset. Choose a way of seeing it differently. And then you just rise above and things change. So I love you. Oh, this is a pretty deep one. And if you have any questions, put some notes in underneath. Yeah, this will help you a lot. And it's a very small change. You can meditate, you can do all this kind of stuff. Choose better in every moment. Choose to be happier. Choose to love yourself. Choose to feel better. Choose to have magic come into your life. Choose miracles. Choose all these things. These will program and set in motion stuff that's going on that will change your life and make your world feel better. So I choose miracles. I choose twin flames or my divine union. I choose money and abundance. I choose a place that I can live in safely all the time, that's quiet and filled with people that love me. I choose myself right here and right now. That's a big one. I choose myself. Can you say that? Because we're been told that we got to choose everybody else, our lovers, our kids, our friends, or our parents, whatever. I choose myself right here and right now. I choose myself. I choose to love myself. So I love you. Try this. You're going to be surprised. Talk to you soon. And thank you for tuning in. And we'll talk more soon. Have a good night.